I am Baby Baby. What is Black History? It is the dirt road of our forefathers' tribe, memory of their lives burning in our hearts. It is a word, a place, a state of mind. Black history is a peek into our ancestors' time. It is a piece of fabric our grandmothers wore, an old rope that our grandfather lived to deplore. It is a slave ship and middle passage of ours overseas. Black history is a cotton field and tobacco leaves. It is a plantation overseer and backdoor crumbs, weaving and waving, a beating of drums. It is a troubling truth and unapologetic past. Black history is an entire race struggling to last. It is a book or movie of strength, courage, and will. Black history is the fate of young Emmett Till. It is little Ruby Bridges, the exquisite Ruby Dee, Carter G. Woodson, and Coretta Scott King. A Mahalia Jackson song, a Michael Jackson routine. Black history is the phrase, let freedom ring. It is Cheney University, the Tuskegee Army, the NAACP, the Black Holocaust Museum. It is Navy Master Diver named Carl Brashear. Black history is our legacy of triumph without fear. It is General Colin Powell, a vaudeville drama, Zora Neale Hurston, and President Barack Obama. It is every single experience of our Black history. Black history is the story of you and me.
She was never enslaved, but she be pound her cousin. She directed people. She was the first Black female that the race trafficking spotted Georgia. She directed school buses. She was the first traffic officer in Florida, Georgia. She is no other than my great grandma, Lena McLean. She is alive today. She is
Was an extraordinary woman. In the beginning, she was not acknowledged for her great achievements. She was inspired from her child years with the need to help others. Through obstacles and many struggles, she managed to become the first African American female to earn her medical degree in the United States. Kamala was born February 8, 1831. She was raised in Pennsylvania by her aunt, who inspired her to go into the medical field. In 1852, she located to Charlestown for 8 years, where she worked as a nurse. She sought no training and was able to do her job to the fullest. In 1860, she was admitted to New England Female Medical College, where she was only African American. In 1864, she finalized her studies and graduated. She later moved to Richmond, where she cared for freed slaves and worked for the Freedmen's Bureau, missionaries, and community groups until her late years. I also wish to go into the medical field as a physical therapist, and she inspires me to be strong, courageous, and strive to be the best at what I do, and I am Black history.
9 African American students in Arkansas who were the first to attend a segregated school. After being denied attendance by the governor in 1957, his name was Orville Favis. When President Eisenhower came into office, the children were allowed the right to attend the all-white school. This set the ball to roll for other African American children in the U.S. to go to other white schools. This is called desegregation. The Little Rock Nine were first elected because of excellent grades, community service, and attendance. They were Ernest Green, Elizabeth Eckford, Jefferson Thomas, who died in 2010, Terrence Roberts, Carlotta Walls, Minnie Jean Brown, Gloria Ray, Thelma Mothershed, and Melba Beals. Ernest Green was the first African American to graduate from Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. The 101st Airborne Division of the Army and National Guard protected the 9 children in school during their first year there, though the children still experienced physical and verbal abuse. They were spat on and called names. Melba Beals had acid thrown into her eyes and set on fire while in a bathroom stall. Through it all, the students were determined to finish at the all-white school, leaving a legacy of hope, courage, and achievement. Melba Beal wrote a book titled Warriors Don't Cry in 1990. And in 1981, CBS put out a movie called Crisis of Central High, as well as the Ernest Green story in 1993. They appeared in 1996 on the Oprah Winfrey Show, coming face to face with a few of their white tormentors. They all made the decision to forgive, saying, "When we hate others, we hate God." The Little Rock Nine, I am Black History.
NFL Pro Football color barrier. Everyone knows who Jackie Robinson was. The 4-sport varsity star from UCLA was the first African American to play Major League Baseball. His monumental accomplishment stands as one of the greatest achievements in U.S. history. Robinson was an iconic figure for all of us. But do you know who the first African Americans to play in the NFL were? Can you name them? I'll bet you can't. For some reason, these great athletes just don't seem to get as much attention, despite the fact that they broke the NFL color barrier in 1946, one full year before Robinson did it in Major League Baseball in 1947. African Americans did play professional football in its earliest days when it was still a club sport. But by 1933, football was becoming big business and blacks were not welcome. It wasn't until 1946, in one very special year, that 4 men endured the taunts, broke the NFL color barrier, and opened the door for all those who have been followed. Bill Willis, from the Cleveland Browns, defensive anchor from 1946 through 1953. Bill Willis was an extraordinary football player. He possessed outstanding agility and quickness. He played middle guard because of his versatility. He had a unique playing style, sometimes lining up at the line of scrimmage, while at other times dropping back. In fact, it was Willis who was the progenitor of the modern-day linebacker. Willis was an all-pro selection in every season he played in the NFL. He was introduced into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1971. Like the other men who broke the color barrier, Willis endured a lot of taunts and threats, but his contributions were momentous. The next time you watch great linebackers, remember Willis. Marion Motley, and here's another one of the people. Marion Motley led the Cleveland Browns to 5 championships. Marion Motley was a force to be reckoned with. At nearly 240 pounds, he was a very big black in his day and used his size to his advantage, running over and through defenders. Motley played for the University of Nevada Wolfpack from 1941 through 1943, and then spent time in the military. He joined the Cleveland Browns in 1946, along with Bill Willis, and together they led the Browns to 5 consecutive championships. While Motley anchored the offense, Willis anchored the defense. The second black player to be inducted in the NFL Football Hall of Fame, Motley joined in 1968. The first to sign an NFL contract. Kenny Washington was actually the first American to sign a contract in 1946 with an NFL team. He came out of UCLA, where he played alongside two other great black football players, Woody Strode and another player whose name you may recognize, Jackie Robinson. That's right, Robinson, who broke Major League Baseball's color barrier, was a standout football player also. Imagine what it must have been like for those three players in those days. Two of them would go on to break the NFL color barrier while another would do so in baseball. Washington had a brief but memorable NFL career. He played 3 seasons for the LA Rams and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1958. After his football days, Washington joined the Los Angeles Police Department, where he had an equally distinguished career. Woody Strode, from the LA Rams to Hollywood, is another one. Woody Strode was one of the 3 UCLA football players who changed history, along with Kenny Washington. Strode was one of the first black men to join the NFL in 1946. Strode's NFL career was brief, only 1 season. It was followed by a couple of years in Canadian Football League. A professional wrestling career followed, but then Strode really hit his stride. He made his way to Hollywood and had a long career in film. In fact, he was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for his role in Spartacus opposite Kirk Douglas in 1960. In baseball, Willis, Motley, Washington, and Strode paved the way for all the great black players who followed. But they did much more. They changed the country for the better. We owe them an enormous debt of gratitude. Let's make the names Willis, Motley, Washington, and Strode household names, just as Robinson is.
His mother, at the age, I think around 14. Emmett Till's mother is named Mamie Till. And we don't really know a lot about Mamie, but we know the story of Emmett, that his mother moved to Chicago to give her son a better life. And in doing so, she had to work, in order to have a better life. Us mothers have to work. She was a single mother. So she come back down south to Mississippi. During this time, Emmett Till was in Mississippi. It was discovered that Emmett had a speech impediment. So certain words he could not say, like who, what, when, where, the WH sound. So it was said that Emmett Till whistled at a white woman. And we know that in order to whistle, we have to formulate our lips in a certain way. So the woman went back and she told her husband that this nigger whistled at her. So while Emmett was at his great uncle's house, they came in and they punctured his eye, but they beat him so bad that the eye came out of one socket and they stuck a stake through the other eye. When Emmett's mother got